I found the most insane iPhone lens that can capture the most unique, creative, immersive footage that you have ever seen. The probe lens from Sandmarc. Wow. Let's do this! What is going on? It's Anil. This new probe lens from Sandmarc is on another level. It doesn't matter if you're a photographer, filmmaker, content creator, you need to check out this lens. You can capture the most unique, creative shots and take your footage to the next level. This lens is quite big. I mean, look at that, around 35 centimeters with a diameter of around 3.5 centimeters and weighs around 258 grams. But the build quality, you don't expect anything less from Sandmarc. It is top notch. It feels like a quality piece of kit. Just like other Sandmarc lenses, this lens comes with a nice carry case to keep it all protected. And it's also compatible with all of Sandmarc's screw-on cases, so you don't have to go and buy a separate case. If you already own a bunch of Sandmarc lenses, this is going to fit right on there. So what is a probe lens? Well, it's basically a wide angle macro, and it has 2.1 magnification, and it has a minimum focus distance of 16 millimeters. And this long design allows you to get into places that you could never get into before. So what's cool about this lens is you can get extremely close to your subject without that shallow depth of field that you get with traditional macro lenses. So you get more of everything in focus. And another cool feature is this inbuilt focus ring. Right here, you can manually focus in and dial in your focus when you're shooting. The 106-degree field of view means you can get that super immersive cinematic look. So you'll notice at the tip here that you got some LED lights, which is really cool if you're shooting in places where you can't get enough external light. You just press this little power button right here and you can cycle through the different levels of brightness, and it's all powered within the lens. There's a USB-C charging port and there's a cable included in the package. The only thing to note here is that when I was using built-in LED light, I noticed a little bit of blue flaring in my footage. As I got closer, it kind of disappeared. It's barely noticeable. If you're shooting with this lens, just make sure you've got enough light in your area. Right, so let's move on to some shooting tips. And the first tip I've got for you is use a slider. If you try and use this thing handheld, your footage is gonna come out wrong. Get yourself a slider. Now, I have a motorized slider, and when I paired that up with this, I got some brilliant results. Now, if you can't afford to get a motorized slider, don't worry. Get yourself a manual slider. Just really nail that technique. You wanna go in a slow, steady movement. Practice a few times. It might take you a few goes to get the shot right, but you can still get great results with a manual slider. Tip number 2, use a pro camera app. Now, you can use the standard camera app on the iPhone, but you gotta go through all the settings, disable macro mode. It's just a lot of hassle. I would just go straight to a pro camera app. I like to use the Blackmagic Pro camera app. You could dial in your settings and get the highest quality footage with the probe lens. And if you're shooting photography, Reflex have the best pro camera app. Go and check them out. You can get some great product photos with this probe lens. So this Sandmarc probe lens retails at $335. Now that's pricey, but I can see why it's so expensive. I mean, the quality of the lens, the amount of optics that's going into this thing. So you really need to think if you really want to splash out on a lens like this. For me, I like it. It's going to stay in my collection. And I'm telling you, if you've got one of these, it's going to inspire you to create so many different unique shots. You can get into places that you've never been in before and get something from a unique perspective. It's going to take your content to the next level. But don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. I'd like to see some improvements to the LED light to make it more usable. But other than that, it's a pretty good lens. So if you want to learn more about filmmaking with your iPhone, check out this playlist right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Right, let's get this lens clean. Yes, get this lens clean. A bit dirty. I know what you're thinking.